Hello, beautiful souls, divine beings. Welcome in this lovely space with me. Today, I feel guided to do another collective reading. And in this collective reading, I'm gonna bring through the collective energies that are pulling me. And then I'm gonna see what comes through in the sense of how these collective energies are playing out in your individual lives or in your personal lives. Because so much is going on. There is so much going on all levels, the physical level, the emotional level, the energetic level. There is a lot going on in our world, but even sometimes it looks like nothing is happening, but we all feel that a lot is happening. There is so much changing. There is so much shifting. And this plays out on an individual level for everyone in a different way, in a unique way. So today I feel guided to go a little bit in there and to bring through whatever guidance wants to whatever guidance wants to come through to offer you some clarity in whatever you are going through in this moment. So, my dear beautiful collective, the first energy that is here is one of it's the overall energy. Like I say, there is so much happening. The overall collective energy is one of intensity. There is a lot that is intensifying within us, around us, on all levels. And this brings a heightened sensitivity. And this heightened sensitivity can play out in very different ways, depending on who you are, where you are, um, what is your blueprint, what is your unique blueprint. But this heightened sensitivity, it might turn into, um, it can go into extremes, into anxiety, into fear, um, on a lower level or on a less intense level. It can go into feeling nervous, feeling a lot of tension, restlessness that is there. Also extreme or heightened sensitivity to anything that is, because this is all within, heightened sensitivity to anything that is happening around you, heightened sensitivity to the emotions of other people, of other places, of other circumstances. So a heightened sensitivity inside and outside. What else is here is this dancing between worlds. We are shifting. We are being reborn into something new. We, our Earth, our planet, our universe is rebirthing. It's always changing, but in this time it's a big rebirth. And this birthing process is going on for a while already, and we are still in it, but it's accelerating, and it keeps on accelerating. It's not the first time I say this in a collective reading, but it's intensifying, and we feel it. We feel it on all levels. So there is this, especially now, this, it's like in this birthing process, excuse me, in this birthing process, we are meeting the same cycles, not always at the same moment individually, but we are meeting the same cycles. And it's going a little bit like a spiral. And where we are now is again this moment of jumping between extremes. So, what is very possible is that you are meeting in this time a lot of emotions or situations or people from the past that you said goodbye to already, but it shows up again, and it might surprise you. It might surprise you in the sense of, I really said goodbye to this. I really said no more. And then it shows up again, and it might catch you. Also, old programs, old feelings, old emotions. They might come back to the surface and catch you again. And you can get caught in that and then suddenly realize, wow, it's been a while that I felt like that, or that I met that specific feeling, or that I was trapped in that specific behavior. So that is there. And then on the other side, there is this feeling of being completely free and being completely new and being completely light. And there is a little bit this jumping in between. And that is quite present in this moment. So these two worlds, dancing between worlds. And what to do with that, what is the best thing to do with that is detach. At all times, do your utmost best to stay the observer of whatever is happening. If, according to this dancing between worlds, it's about detaching yourself from it and seeing it from a objective perspective. And when you are meeting certain situations, feelings, circumstances, people from the past that you said no to already, just let it surface and see that it's not in resonance with you anymore. If you feel yourself caught in there, catch yourself, get out, pull yourself out of there and just observe. Detach from it. Don't think that it still has power over you. Just look at it from a distance. If you feel that it's needed, you can still consciously do the process of forgive, release, let go, surrender. But for most of us, it's showing up to, it's like the last flares of something that are still showing up and still being felt before they are removed out of our system or before we move into a different direction, which we are jumping in and out of. Everything what is also in this whole process is the intensifying of the acceleration of intensity is the old world, the illusion is dying. It's falling apart. And it's been happening for a while already, but also that is intensifying. It's accelerating, and more of the illusion is collapsing. And whatever is still illusion within us that is attached to that, or whatever is still within us that is attached to that illusion, is also been triggered with the illusion that is falling. And this can create very intense feelings. It can create very intense emotions also. So there is this also in there at one point, in one perspective and in one experience, there is this being freed of. And then there is also a sense of grieving of what is gone. So these two worlds are very present here, and it's this the collapsing of the one and the rising of the other, but it's a process, and it takes the time it needs for every individual to adapt to that. Also our physical bodies, there is a lot that is shifting, changing within our DNA, within our cells. Everything is going through a rebirthing process. And this can create extreme exhaustion, but also sometimes extreme exhaustion, sometimes a lot of energy. So these extremes that are there. If the exhaustion is there, it can be that you are trying to hold on to whatever is falling. Anxiety, fear, worries also falls under that, trying to hold on to anything that is crumbling, that is collapsing, the tiredness, being tired and being exhausted, if you have the possibility to give in to that, then do that. Because every time you take rest, you allow your physical body to rest, you allow your mind to rest, you allow yourself to rest, there the upgrades, the downloads, um, they can happen in their fullness. If you try to resist that, the upgrades, the downloads, it still happens, but it's a more difficult process. So all of this together is surrender. Let go. Surrender to anything that shows up for you. If you go through your day, it's possible that you go through a lot of different realities now in one day. And at one moment, different realities on very different levels, in your physical level, on your energetical level, on your emotional level, then on the collective level. So on your sensory level, there is a lot, but it's very possible you go through these different realities in one day. And for example, you get up in the morning, you have a lot of energy, so you do something with that energy. It's possible 2 hours later you are extremely tired. Take a moment to rest. After half an hour or whenever you feel like, you get up again and you feel again energy. And then you do whatever you feel like doing in the um, how much that is possible. Don't find the word for that. In the way that is possible for you. So try to just adapt to whatever shows up for you, to whatever your physical, your energetical, your emotional bodies, your sensory bodies ask in this time. Give in to that. Take very good care of yourself. Ground at all times. Stay very grounded. Try to connect as much as possible. Meditate. Um, just a lot of self-care. A lot of self-care, self-love. Always, whatever you do, always come from a place of love for the self, which also reflects itself to others. But surrender. Just surrender to whatever shows up for you now. Because, like I say, it's this birthing process that we are in, which is a spiraling process in a sense, and we are meeting these same frequencies um, throughout the whole process. And where we are now, this is again it's this jumping between, switching between worlds, dancing between worlds. And when we are in that point, surrender. Actually, during the whole process, the best thing we can do is surrender. But in here, it's because it might be confusing if you are in one reality and then you are in the other, and it might be confusing, and then you are in that one again. If you don't know what is happening, and if you are identified with it, if you attach to it, if you are really in it, it's very confusing. So detach yourself and just allow everything to happen in the way it happens and in the tempo that it wants to happen for you, within you, through you, because this is a very individual process for everyone. It's a collective process, but how it works through every individual is very unique. And there is hold space for that. Hold space for that and honor and respect yourself. wherever you are, whatever you go through. Surrender and trust. Because whatever is happening, it's all happening for the higher good. Always. Okay, let me see what else is here. Very strong emotions also this. Also where we are now with all these solar flares, it's very symbolic also. It's a lot of fire energy. And we feel that. We feel that it's present in the collective, and it's also within us. It's burning away whatever doesn't serve us anymore. Um, but it's happening on a collective level also, and there is a lot of resistance against this. There is a lot of powerful emotions and powerful energy that is um, present, and that is being expressed also in the collective. So also there, when you see that, detach and anchor in the light and be grounded. Anchor in the light wherever you can also, to calm this energy down also, in a sense, if it's possible. In the first place, always within you. Be in a place of peace with yourself. That's the main thing here. And if you are in a place with peace, in a place of peace within yourself, then wherever you go, you also bring that peace with you. I have a situation here where someone is in a it's not a restaurant, but it's like a coffee bar, a coffee shop, um, and they are ordering something at they are ordering something, not sitting on the table but standing on the what is the name for that? Doesn't matter. They are ordering something, and someone is coming into this um, coffee bar, and they are nearing the person that is ordering something, and this person that is ordering something gets this shock wave when the other person is nearing. And this is an amplified example of clairsentience, feeling the energies of others. But how it comes through here, this is being felt by more and more people. Someone is entering your energetical space, and you feel it. You physically feel that. It's like a little shock wave. It doesn't have to be a shock wave, but there is something happening within your physical experience also. And this has always been present. This is our natural state of being, but we have been asleep for that for generations. And now we are awakening. We are awakening again to this. But it's also a process but more and more people are becoming aware of these of these things. So a heightened sensitivity throughout the collective also. And what is also important here is to be also there, detach, and to understand what it is. Also within your physical body, like I said, this is an example what can happen if you are in the outside world, out there. But also when you are in your own space, your physical body can start to do, uh, can start to react in ways that you are not used to. Our DNA has been reset, reprogrammed. All our cells are changing, are shifting. It's very possible that you will start to feel sensations within your body that you were not aware of before. And also, there it's surrender to that. Trust. Whatever is happening is for your highest good. And this surrender. And surrender in here, it's like there is this there is a surrender in here, which is always super powerful to be in. But there is also this passiveness in a sense. And what I feel in here is this finding the right balance between active and passive. And the passive in here feels very much related to the physical experience here, to the physical body. Whatever happens with your physical body, give in to that, surrender to that. Allow yourself to be passive within your physical body, if that makes sense. And then on the other side, there is this active. What I said in the beginning, it's very possible that you will move through very different realities throughout your day. Also, according to energy level, there is this active, passive, active, passive, active, passive, or can be active and then passive. Or it can also be like this. It's all depending on who you are, where you are, how you function. And it's up to you to become sensitive for that and to adapt to that. And don't try to force anything, just allow. There is adventure here. And all of this together, it is one big adventure. And there is also an invitation in here to see it like that. Because there is this jumping between. And there are moments that we can feel extremely light and extremely positive and extremely free. And then there are these moments that we are feeling dense and limited and imprisoned in a sense. So this dancing between, but also there detach from it, from both of them. Detach from it and see it as an adventure. All of it. See it from the right perspective, which means seeing it for what it is, from the highest possible perspective, and seeing what is happening. What is happening? It's a reprogramming of. And what is your true self here is beyond all of that, beyond the pleasure, beyond the pain, beyond the freedom, beyond the limitation. It's beyond. So detach and put yourself in the position of the observer and see it as an adventure that your character is moving through. But it's your character, it's not you. So this detachment is also very strongly coming through here. Surrender and detach. Which is a double energy, hey? Surrender and detach, because surrender in a sense is whatever happens, I allow myself to go fully in there. That's also a sense of surrender. But it's surrender into a detached form of it, which is I surrender to you, God, Source, Spirit, to that something higher than yourself. And I also consciously ask to stay detached, to stay as much as possible detached from whatever is happening. So I am able to see the things from the right perspective. And when I am detached, I am also able to play the game, which is the sense of adventure. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter if the character is in freedom or the character is in captivation or in limitation, because I am playing the game and I am moving the character. But even there, because as I say it now, I am playing the game and I am moving the character, the I that is there is the one that surrenders to God, Source, Spirit. And in there is where the real freedom is being experienced. And from that perspective, it's also possible to see that the freedom that was there on the game board is of the same frequency as the limitation that is there on the game board. It's still a program, and it's about detaching, getting out of the program, and coming back to what you truly are. And that is what is happening. That is this birthing process that we are all going through, detaching from the programs that we were so involved in, that we were running on, that we were being controlled by, and we are waking up out of them, out of that. We are waking up into our true self, and that true self has the right vision, the vision of truth on what is actually happening in the game. I hope that makes sense altogether. Yeah, it's all of this is coming together to or is coming back to awakening to truth. It's the illusion that is falling, that is breaking down to wake up in truth. But it's a process. And it's a process that we are all going through. All of us on a collective level, all of us on an individual level. And it always comes back to the same thing. See it for what it is. Trust, connect to something higher than yourself. Trust, faith, surrender. See the things for what they truly are. Stay as much as possible the observer of. Detach as much as possible from the illusion, because it's falling. And the more detached you are from the illusion, the less you will be shaken by the illusion falling more and more, collapsing more and more. The more you hold on, the more you resist, the more you will struggle with fears and worries and anxieties and physical ailments, which also comes with that. Holding on, it can create pain, literal pain in the physical body. It can create pain on all levels. Again, the physical, the emotional, the energetical, the sensatory. So holding on is it's creating more pain, or is creating pain. Resistance is creating suffering. So as much as possible, let go, surrender, trust, faith, and see it for what it is. Love, that is so beautiful. Also that waking up in your true self is waking up in love. Love is one of these expressions of what we truly are. True love. Because also in the game, in the program, there is an idea of what love is and an idea of how love plays itself out. But it's not real love. It's an idea of it. And it's been pulled in in a lot of ways that are far from what love actually is. It's very conditional, and it's duality, which is not love. Love is universal, it's unity, it's love, it's unconditional love for all that is. And also, as it comes through here, with this adventure, with this opening up, connecting, and opening up to your true self. And from there, you can see the game. You can see the programs with the eyes of truth. Also, the love, when you connect to love, the love, your heart space, when you connect more and more to that, when you invite divine love into your being, the more you naturally are spend time within your true self, the more you naturally are in your right self, in your true self, and seeing the things from the right perspective. The more you are in a place of love, unconditional love, real love, the more you are there, the easier it is to detach, the easier it is to stay the observer of the whole game, the whole program. So love is an answer to all, in a sense. It's God. God, Source Spirit, is the answer to everything you are seeking for. An expression of God is love. An expression of Source of Spirit is love. So love is also an answer to all. And it's a way to, it's a bridge. It's a bridge to come to you. It's a bridge to come into this connection with God, Source, Spirit, with your true self. The way there is true love. So if you are in the game, if you are trapped in the program, and you remind yourself, love, you connect with your heart space, and you open up for love. That's why it's so important to daily fill up your cup from the right place. If you daily, or as many times as you want, but at least daily, take a moment to fill up your own cup from the right place with love, the more naturally you will be in that state. And the more easy it also is when you are trapped in the program and you remind yourself, love, open up the heart space. If you daily do that, it's easy. It goes automatically because it's known to do this. It's a lot more easy to get out and then I'm home. That's where you are home. In love, in God, in Source, in Spirit. Out of the program, out of the chaos. Just love and peace and knowing that all is well. Because whatever happens here, all is well, always, at all times. So whatever happens, wherever you are on your journey, whatever shows up for you, surrender and be here. Be home within yourself, with God, with Spirit. Just be home and trust. Okay, my dear beautiful souls, I feel I have to stop here. I hope this was helpful. And I'm sending lots of love, lots of light, lots of peace and blessings for each and every one.